Hey, JVZ1 here, and today I'm going to show you guys my rifle build. Well, I'm going to start off with the mask. If you don't know how to get this mask, you can easily get it by doing a grinding, and you can just like level up on the season, this season. By if you're going in here, all the way to 35, you should be able to obtain it, alright? It's just right there. You don't have to need the season pass to get this one, right? You can go with headshot or critical chance. Headshot, critical chance, critical damage. It's really up to you. But I went with critical damage instead, is because like I already have this one, because I'm usually shooting from across the distance. So I'm getting that critical chance no matter what. Now coming from the chest piece. This is where my most of the damage coming from. Is pristine example. This is Aralda holding a named gear. So it has a perfect focus. So instead of like 50%, it gives you that 60% damage increase, maximum when you're holding down the scope. So it has to be 8 times or higher on the scope, alright? And I went with headshot damage. I love the stats in this one. I kind of got lucky in this one. So if you want to get this one, feel free to just like look for Aralda holdings. But the only problem about this one is like it has marksman rifle damage, so feel free to use a marksman rifle too. It's really up to you. This is like a rifle build, so that's the only problem. But you don't have to go with Aralda holdings. As long as you can have a focus. But focus is 50%, so it's really up to you. Holster, I'll just like went with this. Feel free to go with Providence. Because Providence on the first piece gives you headshot damage. This one gives you a critical damage. So I like the stats I have on it. That's why I'm just keeping in this one. Right? I still love this holster though. The backpack, I just crafted this one. And I went with Casca. Viroba. I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, it gives you that critical chance on the first talent. As a first gear, I mean, gives you a critical chance. And you want to have a vigilance this one because it gives you 25% damage. Right? Because you're gonna be in distance, so you barely get hit anyways. As long as you're in a distance, you'll be fine. Keep getting this buff. For the gloves, everyone pretty much know about this one. I'm pretty sure this will get nerfed because like most of the damage dealer, they will be using this. So I have a feeling that this will get nerfed. So try to have like a backup just in case this won't get nerfed. And pretty much the same thing as this one. Right, Fox Sprayer. A lot of damage, like I said though, a lot of damage dealer have this. Right, so that's why I won't go with this one. And for the weapon, this is basically a classic N1A. So don't get confused because there's two types of M1A in this game. So the first M1A is the M1A CQB, right? This one is lower damage but high RPM. Pretty much the same magazine if I put like magazine size on it, right? Well, not really. Well, because the other one is like perfect lucky shot gives you that represent more magazine size. That's why it's like more magazine. So don't get confused. You can use like a normal classic M1A and have some nice talents on it. I just choose this one is because just in case like I miss a lot of shots. Well, I do miss a lot of shots, so I will get all my magazine back. So it doesn't consume every time I shoot. As long as you're in the cover though. That's the thing. And like the thing I'm using is critical chance on this one. You don't really need like reload speed, etc. right there. Just like increase a little bit of thing. You don't need stability, accuracy, or something like that. As long as you have this digital scope, best scope in the game, by the way. is the reason why it's not just for like the increased headshot damage, it's because 45%. It's because like this one doesn't sway. As you can see, I'm gonna do a testing one. So if you scope with this one, right? Look how steady that is. I'm just gonna put it on like in that dot right there, right? I'm not gonna move it, right? So if I change this scope to like the other scope, there's only three types of scope you can use with this focus, right? If I use this one, I'm gonna put it on the dot, but it's already moving as you can see, right? It sways. That's why I don't like using this one, because like when I shoot it, it's just gonna move to a random area. But if you use a digital scope, you can just like spam on the head, right? It's just so accurate. So pretend like that headshot, spam it, really like that. Spam, headshot. Even from a distance right here. Let's go change this to difficulty. You can do more shots. Alright, far distance to headshot. That's pretty much it, right? So you can pretty much like just spam it, as you can see. Anyways, for like the LMG one, I mean not really NG, it's like you can use like any secondary. And I just reason just to use this one because I love blind firing on the cover just in case they go near me. But then enemy going there is gonna blow blind fire like this. But not that distance though. It's like more like in this box right here. Right. I just like love to do that. But if you want to shoot from a distance too, right? You can also work if you use the scope. This is the other scope that also works with focus. As you can see, the focus on the bottom is like building up, bro. So when you shoot this one, you're doing some nice damage, right? But the only problem is like when you shooting it from the distance and holding it, it's just gonna go like crazy, right? Like it's all over the place. It's all over the place. It's just hard to control it. I don't know about the in PC though, but it's just hard to control it. So it's that's why I'm using this one. Like I mentioned though, this is a rifle build, so you can use anything you want, right? And last thing is the pistol. Make sure that all your pistol as a your damage build you have finisher, because this is like the best one. And how this thing works is like when you swap to a pistol and you're about to kill this guy right here, but I think I'm about to kill this guy, right? So his dagger is about to die. So if you switch to a pistol and you get that kill, make sure that you just count 10 seconds if you want to save that buff. And then you swap to your weapon, and then you get that finisher. So this will increase your critical chance and critical damage, as you can see right now, though. Like, it's just gonna pretty much gonna crit. So without the finisher, let's see what's my damage, right? So with a crit is 468. 468. So now let's go switch it with the finisher. Let's get that finisher, and let's see that damage now when I crit. Remember, I still have to build that focus, so that's why the damage is like low. What's the thing? I can't see it. No, didn't crit. Well, as you get it though, that's pretty much it. Like, it gives you that critical chance, 30%, and critical damage. But if you want to go more crazy about it, we can go with this one right here. That's pretty much it. Yep, that's pretty much my rifle build. If you wanna like see the gameplay on this one, like feel free to drop on during my stream and say hi, and I'll be using all these builds. I have plenty more builds to show, but I'm still like testing them, right? So stay tuned on those builds. So this is the rifle build, and hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.